Hello everybody, welcome back to Doki Literature Club. So this is part 14 of my series. Yes, I'm quite far in, and I've only got I'm pretty much near the end of the line at this point. So last time I went through part 13, which was this. Now we're going into a reflection. So from what I understand is that each one of these pictures explains the relationship between the two characters. So my guess is that in this one, we're going to learn about the relationship between Monika and Yuri. Let's get into it. Am I bothering you? No. Okay, just checking. Sorry to tell, since you always look so into it when you're reading, make me just get in a rut. Well, it's in my expectations to be interrupted when I read here. It's mainly when I'm by myself that I don't like it. That makes sense. I guess if you're here in the first place, then you're more than ready to socialize, even if it takes a bit of pride in. It's not so bad to be social if I let others do the work, so it can be healthy to put myself in a social environment every now and then. It's mostly difficult when I don't know anyone, or there are too many people, or everyone has been too silly for me to keep up with. We glance over the room at Sayori and Natsuki. Sayori has her head cocked back and her mouth open, trying to catch pictures of a cookie that Natsuki is lobbing into the air, but the piece keeps bouncing off her face and hitting the floor. Maybe I should say something. No need. They've run out of cookies. What a waste. They've become really good friends, haven't they? I'm happy. Sayori seems particularly good at making that happen. But the two of them are both on the energetic side, so I suppose it works out well. Yeah, come to think of it, you and I haven't had many chances to talk one-on-one yet, have we? Though, that may be partially my fault, since I'm supposed to be the one engaging club members. Not at all. I've probably formed a habit of drawing minimal attention to myself. The responsibility is equally on me. I used to display some openness to engage. Well, what about during times like lunch? Do you meet up with friends? I just read. Oh, but I like it that way. It was nice to be carried off after a morning of class. Do you always read fantasy? No, not always. I suppose it's all I've read recently, but only because I'm in the middle of this series. There are 2 more books after this one. I guess the long books suit you well, since you spend so much time reading. Well, fantasy may be my favorite, but after that, I'm more or less indiscriminate to other genres. I'll read anything with depth and maturity. Oh yeah? Do you even like romance? Well, there are a lot of books that have elements of romance in them. Oh come on, Yuri, you know what I mean. Are they talking about sexy time? Yeah, that's what Yuri wanted the MC to do to her when she was trying some regrettable stuff in his place between her legs. Wait, what? Okay, kids, you didn't hear anything, okay? The area in between your legs is for peeing. Yeah. It's a guilty pleasure, man. So I want to let with a few do too. Damn, Monika's into pornos? Oh, come on, Monika, you gotta share. Sharing is caring, Monika. Come on, Monika. Hand over the pornos. I want to borrow them. Maybe more when I was in middle school. You looked at porn in middle school? Jesus Christ, I really am really explicit, aren't I? I mean, I was really lonely and people were mean to me a lot. So it kind of felt like, ugh, please don't make me think about the past. Yeah, sorry, I just got so curious. You know, we should totally pick out a romance for novel to read. That was so much fun. Absolutely not. Really? Even if it was just between us? Try asking someone who has no shame, like Natsuki. Ouch. Sorry, I swear I didn't mean that. Well, I guess it was my fault for pressing you. I'm like that for things in my past too, you know. Things I feel too embarrassed to re-experience. There's nothing wrong with growing out of things. It happens to everyone. For instance, Natsuki's interest in manga quite reminds me a bit of how intense I used to be about my own interests. It makes me think that she would like to grow out of it too.
Hey, we're talking about me!
No, we were just... Oh, we were just talking about how our interests have changed over the years. When did you get into manga, Natsuki?
A couple years ago, I guess. I was sort of into it before that, but I wasn't going hard until then.
Oh yeah? What inspired you to get more into it?
I don't know. I guess, let me think. I was trying to discover a series that I really liked. Yeah, I was like really fed up with a lot of things, and I got into this one series that I really related to. I guess I had an edgy phase where just hated everyone around me and wanted to be with myself.
Hey, kinda like Yuri. Monika. Yeah, sorry. That's completely wrong, so... Still cool and you both really found your thing. They're almost like opposites, but sounds like they helped you through a lot of hard times.
You know it. Wow, what the heck? Is that book even bigger than the last one you were reading?
It's technically slightly longer, but not by very much.
How do you think it would go if you stacked up the entire series?
Natsuki eliminates holding a hand high above her head, sizing up an imaginary stack.
I should get one of these mangas. It's like 50 volumes long, so that I can say I've read more than you. Not that I have the money for that.
Please, that would hardly count when your books have only a few words per page.
I know, I was just joking. I could never actually read books like yours. It's too boring for me.
Yuri shoots a glare at Natsuki. It's not boring.
Chill! I said for me, not for you! I can have my own opinion. I just think it's too... convoluted.
Sayori, are those from the floor?
Gross. Also, wish I had for touching any of my books. My hands are dirty. Just do it. The oils are there if you can't see them. Fine.
Sayori trots out the door and Natsuki follows. Yuri, you look a little upset. What kind of nerve does she have to call my hobby boring? Well, she did correct herself. Hardly. She was so condescending. I don't mind if she thinks it's not for her. I already understand it's not for everyone. But she knows how much she's mean to me. So how about leave me alone instead of needlessly telling me how much needlessly telling me things you hate about it. I'm sorry, Yuri. Maybe you're right. It's gonna be the last time people with strong feelings about what they like and don't like, especially in literature club. So I should figure out how to mediate discussions, keep them positive and constructive. For the record, I've always been impressed by the level of creativity in your books, and also your ability to get through them so quickly. Thank you. Okay, well, this is something I'll have to think about and revisit. I'm sure I can help Natsuki find some more common ground with you. Common ground isn't necessary. I just wish to be respected. That then. Either way, I'll do my best. Skeptical when it comes to Natsuki. I trust you, Monika, but I'm skeptical. Good to know. Okay, everyone. We have a special club meeting today. As you know, the Literature Club is a place we get to share things that we're really passionate about. But that also means we should be mindful of how we respond to each other's feelings. I think we should have a chance to turn our differences into positive energy for each other.
Aren't you being a little dramatic about this?
It's important to me.
Well, sorry. I feel like I'm being accused or something.
No, I'm not accusing anyone of anything. I'm sorry if it came off that way. But our conversation yesterday made me reflect on the power of our language. And I thought it'd be a really good time for the Literature Club, don't you think? I'm sure we're gonna have differences in our opinions a lot. So, I need to make sure we're prepared to keep a positive atmosphere for the club.
Let me say so.
Sure. A cool thing about language is that it gives us a lot of different ways to express the same idea or emotion. We have a lot of control over how we want the other person to feel when receiving our thought. This goes with poetry, narratives, casual conversation, basically anything. For example, Sayori, what's your favorite food?
I have them organized by category. Should I start with snacks? What do you mean by full meals? Should I include breakfast?
Oh, jeez. Okay, how about your favorite fruit?
That's easy. Cherries.
Really? I always thought cherries tasted nasty. Yeah. Wait, all these girls are poppable cherries. Wait, what? Shit. You guys heard nothing, alright? I'm totally not living in Somalia, the one country where child porn is not illegal in the world.
What? Cherries are delicious.
I actually vouch for that. Like, when I was 3, I was fucking addicted to cherries. I'd eat them all day and all night. Don't get me wrong, they're not... I mean, that's not a bad thing, really, because they're actually really good for you. But, like, they do make a mess of your hands, and, like, they can get stains on the carpet. And, like, one person got me from a cherry stain took all the carpets. Whoa, that's a pretty strong reaction.
Well, I just don't understand how somebody could think that cherries are nasty.
How does it make you feel?
I don't know, sad.
Defensive, maybe?
Yeah, I got defensive.
See, the reason you had such a strong reaction wasn't because I don't like cherries, it's because you felt like your opinion was under attack. That's weird, right? Something like taste is completely subjective. But when I say something like, I think cherries taste nasty, I'm using objective language. I'm challenging Sayori's reality that cherries are delicious with my own. So I'm challenging Sayori's reality that cherries are delicious with my own, which is that cherries are nasty.
Wait, hold on! That's objective! What you said? Just said it! Was only a... Oh, how was that objective? When you just said it, it was your own... It was only your own opinion?
It has to do with the way our brains interpret words. You're talking about the reality of the cherries, not your feelings about them. Let's see here. Let's rewind for a second and pretend I didn't tell you that I think cherries are nasty.
Good.
So, what if instead I said, like, I've tasted cherries and they're not for me. It's not the kind of flavor I enjoy.
Well, that's fine. I'm gonna call them nasty. Nasty is a nasty word.
Nasty is a nasty word. Okay, so cherries is kind of a weird example, but I think that gets the point across. This time around, instead of talking about cherries, I had to talk about my feelings, and Sayori didn't get defensive. So instead of clashing with each other, it's like if we receive an invitation to talk about our differences. You don't need to take notes. I'm not gonna quiz you, son. I know that. I was just sorry, I didn't mean to call you out. You can do whatever you like. Did anyone else got any thoughts so far?
Yeah, I feel like I shouldn't have to put on my language for a filter just to protect someone's feelings.
We don't have to. The choice is yours on how you want to come across other people. But I'm suggesting it as a tool to help turn your differences into positive experiences rather than an argument. Right, Sayori?
Whatever you say, cherry hater.
Oh, come on. Sayori actually likes cherries. I was just saying that to help demonstrate.
What the heck? I've been duped.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Sayori. I'll make it up to you later. How about the cherry sundae?
You're welcome to dupe me anytime, my beloved president.
Buying your people's loyalty. How deplorable. Alright, I guess this game really teaches me a lot of things. Right, word of the day, deplorable. Deserving strong condemnation or completely unacceptable. So it means something that's completely unacceptable.
Oh, like you turned down a free Sunday, Yuri. You were certainly a fan of those cupcakes I brought in the other week.
That was, I was reading and not keeping track of them. Well, that's enough getting off topic. So now we have the gist of it. How about we try something with more relevancy to the club, like manga, right? Let's try to have a productive discussion about our differences in opinions. Yuri, do you want to start?
Well, I'd rather not, no.
Oh, how come?
Well, because I don't see how anything productive can come from that. It's just gonna start a fight.
No, it'll be fine. That's why I'm here to moderate. Let's just have a calm and rational discussion.
Yeah, give me a little more credit. I'm not a child. You wouldn't have to hard on my feelings. I always think it's more respectful when you just speak your mind.
Respectable? Yuri's expression changes at that word, as Monika recalls being respected was the crux of the matter for Yuri. Alright, we've got a fucking second word day then, crux. Crux. A difficult problem, an unsolved question, or something like that. I don't fucking know. And the point of the exercise isn't actually like, it's fine. I have nothing against anyone personally. You're entitled to enjoy whatever it is you like. I just prefer more depth and nuance in my reading material. I look for stories that are imaginative and sophisticated beyond the surface level.
Oh, that's just a misunderstanding then. I thought you were gonna say manga's for children or something. Like I don't hear enough of that. But there's plenty of deep manga.
I'm not clueless about manga. I've read my own fair share when I was younger.
What? Are you serious? How come you never told me?
I'm past that point in my life, and I prefer not to revisit it. I prefer more mature things now.
Excuse me?
Okay, hold on, can I jump in here? Let's try to keep things subjective. Because if you imply manga is immature, then aren't you implying that someone is immature for being into it? For example, I got called immature because I like Gravity Falls. Fucking Gravity Falls is it's the fucking best TV show I've ever watched. And I said that, and somebody called me immature. Jesus Christ, like, who fucking cares?
Well, maybe it's immature to judge people who have different tastes than you.
Natsuki.
Nobody's immature. I've read Natsuki's manga and yours fantasy, and I love them both in their own way. Okay. It's great you like it, but I still find it boring.
Boring isn't subjective.
Okay, it bores me. That's objective.
But, I mean, the thing about this is ridiculous. Do you see why I don't want to participate in this? I knew it was just gonna make people upset.
I'm not upset. Like I said, I don't care what people think. But I always got the impression that you secretly looked down upon me, so I'm glad my suspicions were confirmed.
That's not true at all. You're making assumptions. You can't blame me for getting defensive when nobody ever has the least bit of respect for things that I'm into. The only thing I look down upon is when people try to make fun of me for just being myself and trying to mind my own business.
What? Have you looked in the mirror? Don't make it about respect after calling one of my interests immature.
You can.
Please stop. Please. You don't mean the things you're saying right now. Let's just be friends.
I didn't mean for this to happen. Well, it did. Please don't invite yourself to try and solve other people's problems next time, okay? His piercing words send the club room into a choked silence as she gathers her things. She leaves.
Holy crap! I've never heard her sound like that before. She must be so pissed.
Well, you weren't very nice either, so...
What's that saying?
Oh, fuck yeah. Midget versus giant. Who the fuck's gonna win? Alright. We've got to play some money on somebody, so... Who the fuck's gonna be the winner? I must know. Right, my money's on Shorty here.
How did this happen?
It's my fault. Yuri wasn't wrong. I shouldn't have tried to moderate a conflict when I know I'm bad at dealing with conflicts. It was a really stupid thing for me to do.
That's nobody's fault, and it wasn't stupid. Everyone in the club is a really nice person. Nobody would have expected this. But I guess we're sensitive about things we love. Honestly, she only brought it upon herself. Like I said, I don't care if you're not a manga. But if you actually look down upon other people for it...
That's the kind of point I was just trying to make in the first place. It's not about sugarcoating things, just about recognizing and understanding our differences.
Okay, but here's the thing about that. Yuri actually looks down on me. It had nothing to do with her word choice or anything like that. So see what you're trying to do, but I really think the problem here is her, not just the way we talk to each other, right?
I mean...
Yuri isn't like that. She's a lot sweeter than you give me credit for. I'm sure she'll be reflecting on this. I actually think everyone should.
It'll be fine. I'll figure something out. But I'm just like saying that really instinctively. I'm just setting myself up to cause more problems.
This wasn't your fault, Monica. You don't beat yourself up over it. Trust me, it's good that the truth finally came out. Cause I could just move on now. But, it's fine, I promise. Let's just get our mind off this, okay? In fact, it's a good opportunity to read some manga. Without having to worry about Yuri's superiority complex. Don't be mean. I'll talk or read manga or whatever you want, but don't be mean to my friends, okay? Sorry. I'm just bitter.
Everything will be okay. I mean, I don't know the answers, but at least know we're all good people who don't want to hurt each other. This will be a learning experience. Monika says that, but her uneasiness is given away by how much she has to force her reassuring tone in her voice. This is bound to happen eventually. Natsuki and Yuri have always engaged with each other, the least out of anyone, and this is the reason. As Yuri and Natsuki proceed to distract themselves with manga, Monika sighs to herself, unable to shake her worried thoughts. The club really have to come to terms with the fact that some members will be incompatible with one another. Monika desperately doesn't want to admit that, and she knows Sayori doesn't know either. Once a solution doesn't seem to be in sight. What's this new music? I don't even know. I don't know, but I like this song. Right. Reflection part 2, here we come. Oh my god, you asking me for when I'm getting a side story? I clicked on it, of course I do. Oh my god, you actually annoy me, Patricia. I'm gonna get Stacey to make a really bad Instagram post about you. She has 10,000 followers on Instagram. You're gonna get cancelled. I'm doing my commercial man voice because I am bored. A new day arrives. Sayori arrives at the club room earlier than usual. That is, not late. As she enters, it appears to be empty still. So she sits down at her desk and pulls out a sheet of paper, primed to jot down her thoughts. Sayori has made a habit of scribbling her thoughts and feelings onto paper whenever possible, as it tends to serve as her best inspiration for poetry.
My heart feels vacant because the ship sailed away.
When is Natsuki gangster? Yo! Yo puss yo! Run me your shit right now, you fucking fiend! Oh shit. I turned into a roadman Natsuki for a second there.
Yo! Natsuki?
Natsuki pokes her head from beneath the closet door, not from behind it.
Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you, but it would have been a lot more awkward if I didn't say anything. I know you wanted me listening on your poetry thing. Yeah. Thanks for realizing that. Should I let you finish up that? Oh no, it wasn't. I mean, I just do it whenever it's convenient. You're not interrupting. Where's Monika, by the way? Oh, she's out in the hallway. Huh? Why? Well, just in case she runs into Yuri. Sometimes Yuri's too nervous to come to the clubroom by herself, so... Oh! Jesus, Yuri really let things bother her for that long? She can't control her feelings. For some people, it's hard to cope when you get a bad thought in your head. Maybe you have to distract yourself for a while. But as soon as it's you and your thoughts again, it comes back. I just want us to have normal club meetings. It's a lot easier to pretend like it never happened if we just all ignore it and move on. I don't want to be bothered by this. It's so stupid. Her opinion to me doesn't matter anyway.
Generally, psychology of men is very different to girls. Generally, something I've learned is men don't give a shit. What they're like is they're just like, alright, forget about it, just fucking move on. Whereas girls, from what I know, okay, this isn't a sexist stereotype. This is actually sort of fucking psychologically proven. That women generally take longer to get over things like fucking stupid drama shit. And they generally tend to sulk. And like, for them to feel better, then you have to like sit down for hours and just talk about their feelings to the person they hate. It's generally, I've never really acted like that in my life. The only time I've really acted like that in my life is that fucking Ristomice, where I've tried to fucking speak to him about my feelings and about how I feel about his video, and he's like, fuck off.
It's so stupid. Her opinion to me doesn't matter anyway. Besides, it makes her really guilty, and I hate that too. It's okay to have feelings. It doesn't make you weak. Let's figure this out together. Fine! Only because you're good at this stuff! Let's try to come up with a happy scene. Maybe that will help us to understand where your bad feelings are all coming from. Well, I was happy the way things were before we had to have the conversation yesterday. What part of the conversation made you upset? Was it Yuri being mean about the manga? Maybe, I doubt it though. Because my friends and other people make fun of manga all the time, but I just brushed it off and ignored him. Saying about it really got me this time, and I hate that I'm letting that happen. Is that because it came from Yuri? No! Why would that matter? I mean, well, maybe. I hate that she thinks she's so much better than me. Just because she likes to pretend to be all sophisticated. Yeah, that's what it is. I hate some people decide that they don't like me, or manga or whatever. But you realize that she's too good to even give it a chance. I'm sorry. Everyone deserves a chance. Yeah, exactly! Would you give Yuri's books a chance? After this? Obviously not! What about before this? Well, I wanted to like a board, which wouldn't take very long.
Sorry about the coughing, it's to clear my throat. Like, my voice is starting to fucking wheeze towards the end of it. It's like, if I like wheeze too much, it fucks with my voice, and it'll cause me to make involuntary noises, which I'm not joking, by the way. If you rewind to Weekend of Darkness, which is part 4, I believe, I was trying to do Natsuki's voice, but I was doing it so much, and I had to do it so loudly that I ended up fucking accidentally screaming. Hello everybody, I'm just back now, and it's a literal brand new day. I was recording the rest of this yesterday, because then my brother came in and interrupted me. You could probably even hear him, telling me to shut the fuck up.
I see. But you know, I like Yuri's books. Yeah, but you like manga more, right?
Sayori shakes her head.
I like them both. I like them in different ways, but I like them both. I mean, a manga, it's really honest and fun, and easy to just let go with. And the fancy you know how to interpret and the cover. And it's really rewarding to have some good quiet time together with it. The most important thing is that both are well, that the manga and the fantasy are true to themselves. So I love them both. And I feel there's room for both of them in the same club together. I just feel like maybe they've more in common than you would think. How do you get along with everyone so well? I was getting in fights with people.
Trust me, when I was like 6, I used to get fights with everybody. Don't know why once I got in secondary school, I just randomly dropped my fighting mentality towards everybody. Because what I used to do, I'd fucking go around fighting everybody. For example, like, I had a birthday party when I was young. Like, I had this one place for 6 years in a row. And every time I was there, I ended up getting into a fight with another kid. And like, I'm not joking, I've never lost a fight in my entire life. So all them fights I had, I always won. So I was a fucking beast. But like, I dropped that fighting mentality when I got in secondary school. In secondary school, if you try to go and fight everybody, you'll probably get stabbed by a roadman. Which I'm not joking. Well, that's how things are in Britain. So yeah, if you ever come to Britain, don't go around fighting everybody.
I first Monika when I was new to the club. Then it was you, and now it's Yuri. And I was like, oh, that person is being such a jerk. And if they realize that, then at least we could get along. But nobody else has this problem. I'll just keep running away from the reality that everyone's just a jerk to me because nobody likes me. And I don't know why, but I know what to do about it. I know what's wrong with me. I hate it. Natsuki.
So we put a comforting hand on Natsuki's shoulder.
You're a wonderful person. You deserve to be loved as much as everyone else. Everyone has different ways they like to communicate, you know. And sometimes that makes it harder for us to understand each other. I only think that sometimes we get lucky and make new friends who are really good at the same kind of communication. And it feels like you magically connect with them. Other times, even if people are being really nice, it's easy for them to misunderstand each other or to get the communication wrong. It's something that Yuri struggles with a lot too. And it can be really hard. It takes a lot of reflection, self-awareness, and vulnerability. I'm bad at that one. Vulnerability. I also have to be the strongest.
I'm not joking, right? This is another thing in psychology. Small man syndrome. Generally, if somebody is like really short, there will be more. Generally, if someone's really short, they're more likely to go around just acting as if they're really tough, to as if like prove themselves.
What do you mean? Tell me about that part of you. Well, that's stupid, but I'm really used to people being mean to me. Like my friends, and I guess my dad. Like, when I don't get good grades or even stupid things, they like if my room is clean. So what am I gonna do, cry about it? If I let myself get upset, then I'm just letting them win. I'm better than that. I'm better than all of them. So, things always have to be everyone else's fault. It's always like, if something goes wrong and there's a tiny hint that it might be my fault, then I just get really angry. I always find ways to blame everyone else instead. Do you see yourself better as Yuri? If I said that, then I'll sound really full of myself. No, our thoughts and feelings are two different things. Even if we don't like our feelings, we have to understand them if we want to learn more about ourselves. That's a part of vulnerability, you know? Accepting that we have feelings that we don't like. I hate that. My feelings make me a bad person.
Generally, I can understand where Sayori is coming from. I have things I dislike. Like, for example, I don't like the fact that I hate my own country. I'm not joking, I hate Britain. I hate it so much. I hate living here, I hate everything about it. The only good thing about it is how much tea there is. That's the only thing I'm gonna say. And crumpets. But you get the idea. Right? Just, it's not to do with the fact Britain as a place. Like, it's not got like fucking mosquitoes, war or anything. It's just how the fucking people are to each other. They're fucking miserable bastards who just insult you for no reason. Like, for example, the other day we had to play basketball in my school, and one of the people there called me called me a fat bastard, which I just found that funny, to be honest, because I am fucking really skinny. You can see my fucking rib cage. So yeah, I'm a really skinny bastard, and I get called a fat bastard. So how's that work? People just insult each other for no reason, and people fucking miserable cunts. Like, for example, if you're on like a bus or something, you sit down next to somebody in Britain, and he tries to make conversation with you, they'll just fucking ignore you. Even if you just, I don't know, there's some geezer walking dog on the street, and you say good morning, they won't say good morning back. They'll just fucking continue walking. The only really place they do shit like that is in fucking Yorkshire. It's all the way up north, and I'm from the southeast.
My feelings made me a bad person. Because my friends just want to tell me that I'm so much better than her. She's just judgmental, know-it-all, who's stuck in her edgy phase, and I'm just way above that garbage.
Generally, no, I get. What's that? I think. Like, there's roadmen in our school I fucking hate, and I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm better than them. Generally, I shouldn't feel like that. Nobody's better than anybody else, but. You know. I just think that because they go around acting like fucking idiots. And then, like, you just got me, you just, like, acts really. Well, in school, act sensible pretty much 95% of the time, whereas they just fucking think it's a joke and act sensible 15% of the time.
I'm terrible for feeling that way. You're not terrible. You are not your feelings. But you're not your feelings. Say that to yourself out loud. Fine! I'm not my feelings! The way that I like to picture it is that those feelings are like your roommate. You live in the same house, but you gotta see each other every day. Even if you can ignore each other most of the time, you gotta run into each other every now and then. And it's gonna make you feel like poop.
Poop. Of all the things they could have said, they said poop. I'd rather have them say shit.
So the other option is to get to know each other. You can communicate and learn from each other. Maybe even help each other change for the better. Does that help you understand? How do you know so much about this stuff? I just have a roommate that can be really hard to get along with. Called depression. Depression? You're like the happiest person I know. I'm not my feelings. I want to be a good person like you. Aw, you little sweetheart. You're all good people. You and Yuri and Monika. And I think Yuri will eventually learn that about you.
Sorry, doing this squeaky voices fucks in my voice. Natsuki remained silent, feeling a little overwhelmed. Is it just me or does my voice sound really deep all of a sudden? I'm gonna have to listen back to this part of the recording because it's fucking hell. Is it? I don't know why, but all of a sudden it feels like my voice just sounds a lot deeper. Natsuki remained silent, feeling a little overwhelmed. Despite Sayori's kind reassurance, a complicated mixture of pain and sadness seems to fill her, as though flowing from a wound inside her. Was it a result of her vulnerability? No, it wasn't as though she was inflicted a wound after becoming vulnerable. It was as though she began to rediscover an old wound, one that could not simply be bandaged and left alone any longer. Yuri, what are you doing all the way over here? I was looking for you.
Please don't yell at me.
Oh, I'm not gonna yell at you. I'm trying to say that I'm sorry about what happened yesterday. It was unfair to me to put everyone on the spot like that. Next time, I won't just try to jump in and solve everyone's problems. I guess it's a bad habit of mine.
You're not mad at me?
I thought you were the one mad at me.
I was so awful yesterday.
Yuri calls up, recalling the details of the argument.
I can't even have a normal conversation without saying something wrong and making everyone upset.
Hold on, that's not what happened at all. Let's talk about this, okay?
Yuri pauses for a second, then manages a nod.
Monika takes a seat next to her on the staircase.
I'm having a lot of negative thought patterns and I can't get away from them.
What kind of negative thought patterns?
Like, everyone hates me, especially Natsuki.
Yeah, I get that vibe in my fucking school bar. I've been going there for the past 5 years. Oh, that's terrible. I don't think Natsuki hates you.
How do you know?
Well, because Monika thinks back to the time that she found herself in an altercation with Natsuki. All I'm gonna say is, fucking secondary school in Britain is fucking stupid, right? Generally, pretty much everyone in there is a fucking dick. So I pretty much just fucking cut myself off from everybody else in there. Pretty much just like, no, fuck off. I don't want to be near you. You're a dick. Fuck off. I only hang out with 5 people in my secondary school. That's pretty much it. And a couple of days ago, I got fucking banned from the place where I hang out with 2 of them. So now I pretty much only hang out with 3 of them. Fucking annoying. And thinks back to the time that she found herself in an altercation with Natsuki, and how a display of maturity from Monika was enough for Natsuki to reevaluate her own feelings as well. I think Natsuki is just naturally defensive. I think she acts mean when she feels the need to protect herself. But you know, she's not a bad person. In fact, I think she can be really thoughtful and considerate. Just, well, I guess the way it works is that she wants to receive some degree of kindness first before she feels comfortable returning it.
Oh. But that means the burden is on me. And I don't know how to say things that make people like me. Every time I open my mouth, I just... Ruth shakes her head and tugs on her hair.
Never known a girl to play with her hair so much. It's okay, Yuri. You don't have to beat yourself up. I mean, I know these people aren't real, but still, though. I think anyone would like you if they had a chance to get to know you.
Unfortunately, the opposite is true. That's why I'm not talkative anymore in the first place. Everyone used to think I was weird and talk about me behind my back. That's just what happens when I draw attention to myself. Natsuki even said that she found it more respectable when people speak their minds, so I did, and she hated me anyway. So that was enough to confirm my fears.
But Sayori and I like you, and we've gotten to know you a lot by now, right?
Yuri doesn't seem to have a response.
Hey, what are you thinking, Natsuki?
I don't think about her.
That's not what I meant, really. I just... I was just wondering if you had an opinion of her.
I do.
What is it?
Natsuki seems to bring out the worst in me, and I feel really ashamed of it.
Fucking lucky bastard. We don't get a vending machine in my school. Right. I know how to get a vending machine in our school, though. All I've got to do is pose as a schoolgirl, and I've got to suck off the vice principal. Then boom. Vending machine.
I like to think of myself as a fairly sophisticated person. So for someone to just treat me like I'm inferior despite my tastes, that's just the worst kind of insult. Coming from someone like her, it makes you think bad things about her. But everyone else seems to like her, and the only explanation is that it's me who's doing something wrong again. My feelings about her are wrong.
Okay, generally I've been in this situation before with this fucking wrist mask fella. And I look back at it, it wasn't my fault, and it wasn't his fault. It was both our faults. Well, yes, sure, I might have started the shit. He fucking accelerated it and just fucking blew the shit way out of proportion. For example, making fucking YouTube videos calling me fucking racist and homophobic. I have to fucking live with that every day now. Fucking people in my school think I'm a fucking neo-Nazi now. I mean, people in my school know I have a channel, but they don't know the name of it. So I'm just... But I've said before about this video about me. And then it makes people think I'm a fucking neo-Nazi and shit. So yeah, it's both our faults. In this situation, I guess you could say, like, the fact that they just continue to argue each other.
And I'm wrong to get upset over something so childish and inconsequential.
No, your feelings are never wrong.
Well, they're not right.
That's the thing. Things are never right or wrong, you know. They're just a state of being that we don't always have control over. That doesn't mean they have to control us. I feel like that's something I've learned around when I first started the club. We can hate ourselves for being a certain way about things. Or we can just, you know, just acknowledge that they exist and try to understand them better. I could never be mad at you for just feeling a certain way. It's how you handle them. Jesus. And I think working through feelings is a great opportunity for teamwork. Yuri wears a dejected expression.
You make it sound so easy, so mature, so good with people. I feel like such a child in comparison.
Oh, I'm far from perfect. Yeah, we learned that. So something I found out is that side stories aren't a prequel like I previously thought. They're based in a universe where the MC never existed. So I don't know where Sayori's literature is stupid came from. And then she said it reminded her of a friend, right? But I don't know where that came from, but we learned that Monika is far from perfect because, like, in the main fucking storyline, she legit fucking kills all of her friends to be with Joe Mama. That's fucking cursed. For example, like, I don't know, if I had a crush or some shit, I wouldn't murder all of my friends to be with them. Like, it's just the way things are, but I wouldn't fucking murder all my friends because of that shit. But generally, the majority of my friends, I've known them for quite a long time. Like, I have one friend, I've known him since I was like fucking started primary school, and I've got another who I've known since I was like 7. Another one I have, I've known him for like 1 year though. Then like I've got another one I've known for like 4 years. You know. But I wouldn't murder for that shit. That is cursed. But these are learned skills, and they didn't come naturally to me either. It's really hard to like reflect on yourself, separate feelings from your own thoughts. I just want to be a good person. Well, I think it takes a good person to get this far. That's not good enough. I want to be able to communicate it to her. Communicate what? How I feel. That makes me feel frustrated and upset that she's so negative and dismissive of the things that mean so much to me. And how it reminds me of me. Because I know what it's like to feel misunderstood and angry at everyone. I know that telling yourself you're better than everyone else is just a defense mechanism. We're just people. We're fragile and unstable. But I'm just tired of getting in the way. I can't stand it when peace is disturbed like this. Yeah, you can't focus on real when peace is disturbed, right? Because Lurch Club should be happy for everyone. Monika looks at Yuri in adoration. I feel like Syria might be rubbing off on me, cause I really want to hug you right now. Yeah, sorry. I didn't mean to make you feel uncomfortable. No, I mean, if you wanted to, I wouldn't really mind, so. Monika pulls Yuri into a short embrace. You're so gentle. And I love when you communicate your feelings. I said before, Monika said, in the end of the main story, I don't even know if you're a boy or a girl, but that doesn't matter to me right now. So Monika is bisexual. So that means if Monika hugged Yuri, does that mean Monika would get... What's the word I'm looking for here? Without getting fucking another video of mine age restricted. Yeah, that's right, my video Woody says the N-word got age restricted last night. Fuck you, YouTube. Enjoyment out of it. Monika might get enjoyment out of hugging Yuri. Feel lucky to get to see that side of you. And I'm sure Natsuki will too. I'm gonna write her a letter. Oh, a letter? What a great idea. Just because I'm not good at talking, especially under pressure. Generally, I can be like that. Like, for example, one time there was a kid, right? Basically, it's a long story. He made up shit about me saying I was transphobic when I wasn't. Yeah, I've had loads of people make up shit about me. And then the fucking school got involved. The thing is, they were mainly calling my friend transphobic, not me, but they were saying I was involved in it. So, they fucking my school questioned me about it. The thing is, I was under a lot of pressure at times. I was thinking, right, I've got to be really careful about what I say here. So, I didn't say a lot really. But, like, for example, when I got home, I fucking wrote like a fucking 3-page Google Doc about how everything he said is bullshit. Then I sent it to them, and then boom, the fucking matter was resolved in 2 days. I always let my feelings get the best of me, and I forget to say all the important things. And I say things I don't mean. But I think a letter would be wonderful. So it's a nice way to communicate. And it is literature, isn't it? Yuri's face hardens with determination. People don't naturally gravitate towards me like they do for you or Sayori. My personality just isn't suited for that. And I wouldn't want it to be. Something I've learned is that friendships don't always just magically appear out of thin air. For instance,
I never would have seen myself making friends with someone like Sayori. We're opposite in a lot of ways. But I'm friends with her because she puts so much effort into understanding me so that we can get along. Oh god, don't make me get into this. Like, my brother is extremely pessimistic, but I'm extremely optimistic. So he looks exactly like me, just like maybe like a little older. We look fucking exactly like each other. It looks like we're fucking twins, to be honest with you. But we're the complete opposite in a lot of ways. For example, I like video games. He doesn't even really like video games, to be honest. I mean, he's got a PlayStation, but he fucking barely uses it. I can generally smile in a lot of things. He's just fucking miserable all the time. Just like barely talks, whereas I'm not really talkative. Like, you can tell just... I'm not even fucking talking to anyone right now. But, like, you guys will be listening to this, but I'm still being really talkative. Which he will be like, oh, yeah, I'm just gonna read out what's on the screen. That's pretty much it. I think it was the same for you. You both gave me a lot of time and patience, and I wonder if she feels the same way. Natsuki. Yuri nods. Why is there so much nodding? Why can't they say yes? I always thought that if I tried to make more friends, I had to be somebody that I'm not. That there was a type of person or a magical formula that I had to follow to make someone like me. And it's just... And that's just like me to feel like that. Also occupy myself that I fail to understand other people. Yuri shakes her head. Friendship happens when you think about another person. And you have time and effort to understand them. And respect them. And you trust that. That they also want to be a good person. That's what I've learned from observations in the literature club. Observations? Monika-is caught by surprise. She's always kept to herself so much that it's unusual for her to suddenly start talking about the club like this. Yuri gently smiles to herself. Why is it gently? You always let me listen to you fuss about people. See Yuri too, and it makes me happy because I learn a lot of things. That's so sweet. I no idea it meant that much to you. Well, I thought there'd be a literature club poster here so we can actually see the literature club poster. So I'm guessing this is the vending machine that Natsuki looks for coins underneath. Monika never thought much of it, but in these past weeks, Yuri always seems to be especially attentive when it came to other people's problems and concerns of others. Always wanted to listen and learn more about her friends in the club. It's true, Sayori and Monika are naturally more comfortable with other people and can more easily work through situations of conflict. That doesn't make them better people. Everyone has strengths and weaknesses and the capacity to improve. And the first stop to improving oneself is reflection and self-awareness. I can actually agree with that. It's something that Yuri never gave herself enough credit for, but that Monika can recognize as an incredible trait. And with that, a confidence in the club is restored. A very shy girl with long pretty hair is wandering the bustling lunchtime hallways, her fists pressed in a collarbone. When she finds the literature club president's classroom, she stands at the door, glancing all around her before peering inside. Monika sitting and chatting with a group of unknown friends. Yeah, as expected, that was a bad idea after all. Suddenly, Monika glances towards the door, making the girl panic and duck out of sight. Before she could regain composure and decide sure to leave, the classroom door gently opens. Yuri, what does Brad see during lunch? Yuri squeaks a response. Please help me. What, is everything okay? Yuri shakes her head. I don't know how to write letters. Thank goodness. I thought this would be some kind of emergency. Monika briefly glances over her shoulder. Our other friends. Just some help. Been going to Nem's classroom, son. Is that okay? I feel bad for taking you away from your friends. It's totally fine, I promise. We weren't really doing anything. One sec. Monika trots back in the classroom and says something like, I gotta go, to her friends, and grabs her pen for her desk before return to Yuri. Okay, let's find somewhere quiet. Yuri nods and follows Monika as the two of them set off. How are you today? Huh? Me? Oh, yes. Oh gosh, sir. I was just caught off guard. Well, I'm doing well today, just tired. I never seem to get enough sleep during the week. How come? Oh, I don't know. I just think I'm easily distracted. I get sucked into things. Whoa! Whoa, whoa! Well, I mean,
I mean, if if I didn't date Monika, perhaps he would have experienced that. Nothing happened. Yeah. You guys don't remember jack shit. If you tell anyone, I'll fucking murder you. Start neglecting the time. Me too. I do that too. Wait. Classroom is empty. Let's go in here. While peering inside, Monika opens the closer door that the two of them enter. Yuri's moment of relaxation ends. George said Monika pulls. Oh, fucking hell. I don't taste like roast pork, that one did. As Monika pulls two chairs up to the same desk, then obeys as Monika beckons her to take a seat. She stares down on the empty desk. You nervous? I don't want to do this. But we don't have to. We come up with something else. Yuri shakes her head. It's my chance to do something good. I need to take initiative. Oh gosh, you must be really determined. I know how hard it is to step out of your comfort zone. I'll be sure to encourage you. By the way, I literally just got up. I know it's... If you guys know what the time is right now, it's fucking like... Let me have a look. It's that time now, it's 2:09. Because I went to sleep last night at 1 o'clock in the morning. And I woke up at like 1 o'clock to record this shit. So I'm fucking hell, I had 12 hours of sleep. Fucking hell. So I'm gonna struggle with sleep tonight. Yuri pushes through anxiety and grabs a handful of line paper from her notebook. Then she picks up her pen. Oh god, this looks strange. Who has the bigger titties? Wait, what? You got so nothing. Okay. Jesus Christ, Yuri's playing with her hair again. Wait a minute, I recognise that pen. That's the pen from the main menu! Because if you look at the DDLC main menu screen, it shows Monika with that exact pen. Hey, you're left-handed. That's neat. Yeah. No, I don't have to worry about bumping your arm. Monika playfully rubs her shoulder against yours. I'm sorry, I'm just being silly, I guess. Anyway, and we'll start by listing differences you want to say with her. This is me, or in that, them eyes that Monika has right now makes her look autistic. Okay, I'm not being like fucking. I'm not saying offensive shit about autistic people. I mean, my entire life, people have thought I've had autism. I've not been diagnosed officially, but I'm just saying that they look like cross-eyed, if you know what I mean. Yuri thinks. I feel so embarrassed all of a sudden. That's okay. How about some things you said to me yesterday? But never mind, I guess I'll try. Yuri thinks for a moment longer. Attention evident. And she writes the word reflection. It's about my reflection on our behavior. The key question is why we act like this towards each other. But then we'd have to be able to separately be friends with Sayori and Monika. That's me. Yeah, it is. So, Yuri thinks, I've been able to befriend the two of you because you've taken the time to understand my needs and respect my interests. That same goes for Natsuki too. We started off pretty hostile to each other because I was so worried about getting everything I wanted. No, about getting what I wanted. But she just wanted to be more respected more than anything else. Once I stopped making it all about me, she was able to do the same. I want to do that too. So what kind of things do you want to do for her? I want to do the same thing to her that I like to receive. I like it when people respond positive things I talk about and I just brush me off. I like it when my feelings are taken seriously. And I like it when you and Sayori trust that. I want to be a good person, even when I'm not doing a good job at it. Let's write those things down. Okay. Yuri writes some things down. Oh, you can actually see the line on the paper. I think the most important thing to remember here is that. No, I think the most important thing to remember here is that Natsuki is invulnerable. So we should make sure that the letter puts her first. It's hard when you feel like hurt, but it never helps to just tell someone all the things they're doing wrong. I think first you have to make sure that they know you're ready to respect them, listen to them, and admit things you could feel you could do better. And finally, you ask what you would like in return. How does that sound for structure? It could be 3 paragraphs, 1 for each of those points. Scratch, sounds like my fucking school. So like, alright, so you have to write a paragraph, and then right, you have to have a point, evidence, explain, zoom, and analyze, or appease a paragraph. Right now, they'll say, right, so once you've done that paragraph, you've got to move into the next. You can either continue with the same point or have a separate point. I like that. My thoughts were so disorganized, I had no idea how to come up with any kinds of structure. So amazing at these things. Oh, stop. You've done so much more. You've done so much more than I have, you know. Spend so much time reflecting and being open-minded. That's the hardest thing for anyone to do. All I'm doing is helping you put it on a piece of paper. So I think you're the amazing one. Monika gives Yuri's hand a quick squeeze. But as she lets go, she's caught by surprise and Yuri curls her finger to hook Monika's hand in place. For a while they sit like that in silence. It's for occasional scratching. But as she let go, she's caught by surprise when Yuri curls her finger to. For a while they sit like that in silence, save for the occasional scratching of Yuri's pen against the paper. Yesterday, you told me something that I've been thinking about a lot. What was that? The thing about how things aren't right or wrong, and they're just a state of being that we need to come to terms with. Maybe think about how a person's behavior isn't always just how they decide to be. It's also made up of their past experiences and their insecurities. I think that helps me see other people as actual people rather than as insignificant side characters who are out to get me somehow. That's all this fucking is. Is that how I feel about Natsuki? Yuri nods. But in reality, everyone is always trying their best. Everyone wants to be happy. Monika peers over Yuri's paper, but to her surprise, Yuri pulls it closer, partially covering it with her arm. I have to be able to read it to help out, you know. It's okay. My thoughts are a lot more organized now after being able to talk to you about it. Now that I'm actually putting out paper, I realized that I'd prefer others not to read it. You laugh softly to herself, a rare expression. Kinda glad to hear that, actually. Somehow I keep finding ways to burn into this whole thing. I've done enough damage here, but it's always been so wonderful talking about this. I mean, I always thought you were real smart, but you're small. I'll always be terrible at these things. People are just so incomprehensible to me. I'll never get the hang of being one. but listening to you so much has really helped me make sense of some things. So just don't call it damage, please. Monika gives Yuri a gentle smile. You're just gonna call it damage. I can't believe I came into this thing. I came into this club looking for fantasy geeks. All I got was real friends who valued me. Is that a joke? Of course it is. Yeah, I still can't tell with you. Sorry. No, I love it. Please never change. As you wish. Yuri glances at the clock. We're almost out of time. Also, being in that CG for ages, it looks weird just seeing Yuri just like that again. You'll be able to finish? Before the end of the day, probably. But I don't want to come to the club meeting. It's the same day that Natsuki reads it. I'm too shy. I can give it to her instead if you'd like. Yuri nods. As long as you promise not to read it. Of course, I promise. Thank you. Yuri exile. No, Yuri. Did I was about to say exiles? Yuri exiles, and the two stand up. I'll message you when it's ready. Monika nods. Good luck. I'm here if you need me. Yuri returns a nod and to depart. Huh. At the end of Saw's story? only got one more side story to go now. Hang on, I thought this. So let me think. So that was part 10. That was part 11. That was part 12. That was part 13. That was part 14. Part 15. Yeah, part 16. My mail. Hmm. I can't tell what pictures I generally feel better about. Like some of them, the old ones look better. Like for example, in series, I'd say the old one looks better. With Natsuki's, I still say the old one looks better. Yuri's, I feel that one, the first one just looks weird. Second one looks better generally, I'd say. Monika, I don't even know to be honest. I'm not gonna say jack shit about that one. Generally, I quite like some of these CGs. I've even set some wallpaper. Yes. Yes. Okay. Yeah. I just got bored. Alright. See you in part 15, I believe.